Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're heading straight into a really challenging landscape, the in-between spaces of chronic illness. Now, if you carry the invisible and, let's face it, totally exhausting weight of physical or emotional pain, you know this space intimately. It's that vast, kind of uncertain void between the life you once knew and the complete unpredictability of what lies ahead. It's waking up and realizing the old rules of your body or mind, they just don't apply anymore. But the new rules haven't exactly revealed themselves yet either. As we look at the concept of the threshold of awareness, we learn that being stuck in this space, this acute, relentless struggle, is absolutely not the end of your story. Actually, it's a quiet, deeply powerful beginning. So we're going to walk through this together and explore how this exact space is where the most essential transformation actually happens. Let's just be completely honest for a second. Does your current struggle feel like a life sentence? Because when you wake up every single day facing a body or a mind that feels like it's actively working against you, it's incredibly easy to feel trapped in that in-between space. It feels permanent, right? And because our human brains crave resolution, living without a clear endpoint to pain feels like a definitive end to the life you thought you were going to live. Listen, your exhaustion is completely valid. The grief of that lost future is valid. But today, we're going to gently challenge that mindset. We're going to shift our lens from viewing this current reality as a restrictive prison and instead start seeing it as a profound, necessary period of quiet growth. Okay, let's really dive into this. The desperate search for inner peace during a chronic struggle, it isn't just some casual wellness goal. It's literally a primal survival mechanism. When you're hurting, you spend massive amounts of energy looking for a cure, or honestly, just a single day of baseline normalcy. And when that doesn't happen, trying to find peace can feel like wandering aimlessly through a completely barren landscape. But I want you to think of a seed buried deep under the frozen earth in the absolute dead of winter. On the surface, absolutely nothing is happening. It looks cold, it looks like an ending. Yet underneath, down in the dark, there's massive, unseen activity going on. The very fact that you are searching for peace, that you're still longing for a way forward, it means your roots are still reaching. You are actively experiencing nature's quiet growth right now, even if you can't quite see the bloom yet. And here is where the light begins to break through. We have to shift from this old mindset, hardship as a life sentence, to a completely new paradigm, hardship as a catalyst. And, a catalyst requires energy. In this context, I want you to think of your struggle as holy voltage. Yeah, holy voltage. It's an intense, electric, and yes, often deeply painful energy charge that completely disrupts your old life. But the thing is, it doesn't do this to destroy you. It does this to power a massive, fundamental transformation. Because let's be real, we rarely change when we're perfectly comfortable. This holy voltage sparks a journey of self-discovery that you probably would never have initiated on your own. It forces a systemic reset, introducing you to entirely new depths of your own character. Struggle is not the end of your story, but the beginning of your awareness. This single sentence is our foundational shift today. It's a real game changer. When the holy voltage of chronic illness or deep emotional hardship hits, that old story just pauses. The life of complete control and limitless energy, interrupted. But to survive this surge of energy, to actually gain that new awareness, we have to practice something called anchoring. Now, anchoring isn't about fighting the storm or, pretending the pain isn't there. It's about dropping a heavy, stabilizing weight right into the present moment. It essentially forces you to slow down, to pay really close attention, and to awaken to the reality of your body right now, keeping you steady amidst all the chaos. And this brilliantly illustrates what a threshold really is. A threshold is a doorway. It's a starting point for personal growth, rather than a final destination. When a massive hardship hits, it feels like a terrible final stop, doesn't it? You feel like you've been dropped off in this desolate place where you're just going to have to stay forever. But truly, it's the ultimate in-between space. You're leaving a familiar, comfortable room, and sure, stepping over this threshold is terrifying, but a threshold inherently implies movement. It's just like the transition from winter to spring. I mean, it's rarely pretty, it's often super muddy and full of totally unpredictable weather, but there is a completely new space for growth waiting for you on the other side. You aren't stuck, you're in transit. Crossing this threshold is an incredibly intimate invitation to emotional healing. And there's this fascinating phenomenon in nature that illustrates this perfectly. So years ago, scientists built this massive enclosed biosphere and planted trees inside. The trees grew rapidly, but right before reaching maturity, they would suddenly just collapse. The scientists realized they had forgotten one absolutely crucial element: wind. In nature, trees actually need wind stress to grow stronger.
The literal tension forces their root systems to anchor deeper into the earth, which gives them the stability to actually stand tall. And guess what? Your body is doing the exact same thing right now. This struggle is the wind. It's issuing a call to stop running, to sit down, and to anchor yourself. True healing happens right when we're at the threshold, forced to face the wind, allowing our roots to grow deeper than they ever could in perpetually calm weather.
So how do we actually navigate this wind? Well, we practice anchoring through 3 profound first steps. Step 1, acknowledge the threshold. Just stop fighting the reality of the in-between. Accept that it's windy right now and that you are in a state of transition. Step 2, tune in. Shut out the massive noise of what you think you should be doing and listen to the rhythmic, quiet, very real needs of your body in this exact moment. What does it need? Rest? Water? Silence? And step 3, begin the journey inward. We've got to move away from these frantic external fixes. Instead, drop your anchor deep into internal understanding and fierce self-compassion for the physical vessel that is literally carrying you through the storm. Now, when you really commit to anchoring yourself, the outcomes are profound. First, you discover quiet resilience. And I'm not talking about the loud, toxic positivity kind of pushing through the pain that just leaves you completely burns out. No, this is the grounded strength of a tree bending in the wind without breaking. Second, you cultivate inner peace, not because the storm is magically gone, but because you're firmly anchored right within it. You are no longer at war with the weather. And finally, you foster profound self-discovery. You start to realize that the holy voltage of your struggle didn't break you, it initiated a period of quiet, majestic growth, deeply attuning you to a rhythm of life you were completely blinded to before. We have covered so much vital ground today, so my final challenge to you is this. Don't try to solve the rest of your life right now. Seriously. Don't worry about next year or even next month. Just focus on the present moment. If you bravely step into that in-between space, if you allow the holy voltage to transform rather than terrify you, and if you drop your anchor, what quiet resilience might you discover in the stillness today? What deep, unshakable strength is waiting for you to just tune in? I'm gonna let that hang in the air. Take it with you into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.